Mers in the booth. Talking all the ball, you know we spitting the truth. Rub and fight hard, showing love for the game. Owls in the sky, playing for more than the fame. Play sharp on the field, eager to rise. Leads chants loud, I see a devoted lives. Barnsley Bridge Warriors stand.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sunday Service Football Edition. We are live here on all of your socials at 8 o'clock this evening. How is everybody? We've got loads of people in tonight. Everybody good?
Yeah, not bad.
So we'll go around everybody very, very shortly. So welcome if you are new to the show. We are Sunday Service, and we are going to talk about all the games that have happened over the weekend, anything interesting, and we've got a few little features involved as well. We do have a comment already in on the old comments. It is from our good friend,
Let's Go.
And it says, let's go. Evening, Pep Empire. Good to have you on, mate. Good to have all the other viewers on as well tonight. So let's get straight into it. Tonight we have 5 panelists from all different types of leagues and all different knowledge, skills and everything else. But the main man himself is currently sat next to me. It is Mersgoth, the Arsenal and fact finder extraordinaire. How are we doing, Mers?
Not too bad. I like what you've unintentionally done with the cameras. You've put the Arsenal fan above the Liverpool.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, we'll have a little bit of a chat about that. If anybody watches us on a Thursday night, you will have heard and seen all the banter between Mers and GH. Mers being our Arsenal fan and GH being our Liverpool fan. So, yeah. That's exactly why I did it, Mers.
Yeah, exactly. See?
I'm loving it. Next to Mers, sat in the corner there, brandishing his wonderful black and white shirt, is John. How are we doing, John?
I'm great. No surprises this week, I'm afraid. Sorry.
No surprises. Oh, let me down. I might have a surprise for you guys instead. So, believe me, always below, mate. No, not at all. Is the wonderful and quiz master extraordinaire, Turbo Tom. How are we doing, Tom?
Really good, Phil. Thanks for having us on again, and I'm really looking forward to tonight's show. John, as long as you keep that top on, we don't want to see that top off, or any other items of clothing. We'll be good, mate. We'll be good.
Remember, what did I say last week? This show is PG.
PG. Parental.
And sat next to Turbo Tom, and obviously underneath the Arsenal fan, is our resident Liverpool extraordinaire who lives on the south coast. It's Glory Hole. How are we doing, Glory Hole?
Liverpool didn't play this weekend, obviously, so we didn't lose, so I'm happy.
Well, technically you did, though. The women, GH, the women lost.
The women's team is terrible, but let's not go into that.
And then down in the bottom corner there, and I've saved the best till last, obviously, we have a new guy with us. So Mark has very, very recently joined us. He was recommended by one of our other pundits. And he has joined us as our resident Championship League fan. Do you want to tell us a bit about yourself, John? Mark, sorry, John. Mark,
give it a go.
Let us know what you're all about.
I mean, I'm based up near Scotland, up in Carlisle.
Oh, wow.
I've been, I don't know if it's blessed with supporting Coventry for the last 30-odd years. It's a blessing at the moment. It hasn't always been. And I'm still in a state of shock over how we've started this year.
Fantastic. I mean, Coventry are doing wonderful at the minute, aren't they, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the wheels to come off.
Positivity, mate. Power of positivity. Remember, football is one of those mysteries.
We try, but I've seen this movie before, and it doesn't end well.
Oh, dear.
So, but we'll see. Everything's going well so far.
Fabulous. Right, before we get started, we've got a few comments already coming in, nice and early. Phil the Powerhouse, Mers with the sexy curves, John the Legend, Tom with the tan, and Mark with the bushy beard. And God's sake, who put a glory hole in the middle of the stall? Lovely little comment then at Pepe Pie. That is the comment of the night, and we'll make sure we get that one cut for the social.
Get it framed.
We've also got Rotherham, or Bob Gaming, or as we call him, Lee's left hand. He's watching tonight as well. So great to have you on the show. So, guys, just for everybody that's watching, please get involved. Please send us your comments. Let's have a chat with you guys. Let's find out what you want to get involved with. We've got a few features tonight, so obviously we're going to talk about as many games as we possibly can. Bearing in mind, obviously, the Premier League, the Championship, and half of League One have not played, but we are going to have a bit of a chat about them. We've got a couple of features coming up that I would like the fans to get involved with as well. So the people that are watching, please do drop us little messages on when we go through that feature. And we're going to end on, let's hope, a lighter note tonight. So let's get cracking. Let's get straight in. Obviously, we know that they've not played this week because of the international break. We have had a little bit of England fanatical playing, a fantastic win there against Wales. Obviously, Scotland have been involved in international play as well, amongst other clubs. But I'm just going to pose this very, very, very quickly to the Premiership guys or anybody that wants to chip in. Premier League, obviously, it's back next weekend. Any matches that you're kind of excited about? Obviously, you're going to be excited about your own team's matches, but is there anything that you think, I'm going to be interested in that game, and kind of maybe a couple of little ideas of where you think those games are going to go? So I'm going to fire straight over to you, Mers, being top of the table, also doing quite well on the old fantasy. What do you think about next weekend, mate?
I think in particular, there's going to be, I would say, 5 very important games to watch over the next weekend. So I'm just going to name them. So you got Burnley, Leeds, obviously 6-pointer game. Sunderland, Wolves, another 6-pointer game, because right now, like, you got Sunderland riding high if they're going to claim another 3 points. Like, Leeds, Burnley desperately would need to have those 3 points. And you got Palace versus Bournemouth. Like, both teams are playing very well at the moment. Be interesting to see how they do against each other. Then you've got the Liverpool versus Man United rivalry game. And then you've got like Spurs versus Villa, which I think outside of the Man City game is probably like real test to see how they have come so far under Thomas Frank.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I think I'm quite excited for this coming weekend, to be fair, because there's some real interesting and big games in there. You mentioned the Bournemouth Palace game. Now, if anybody was watching the Thursday show, you'll know how majority of us were going on about Semenyo being pretty much the player of the season so far. Okay, yes, we were winding Carl up a little bit in regards to Haaland and whatnot, but to be fair, I mean, that's going to be an interesting game because Crystal Palace, no mean feat at all. And Bournemouth are a solid squad at the minute. And it looks like Kluivert's starting to get back up to fitness as well. So he might get a bit more game time. And him and Semenyo together is just something else, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
What about yourself, GH? What's your thoughts?
I think it'll be, the Palace-Bournemouth game, obviously that's a rivalry that normally sparks up something. They normally have, like the fans, I'm pretty sure the fans always have like some sort of argument between each other when they play each other. I don't know.
I think you're thinking
Brighton.
about Brighton.
That's Brighton
Yeah.
Palace.
Is that Brighton? Oh, is that Brighton? Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
Oh, Glorio's at it again. Good lad.
Well, anyway.
Surefire just sod something up.
No. Glory Hole's saying there's a massive rift between the giants of Palace and the monsters of Bournemouth.
Oh,
It'll be a big fight.
Well, anyway, I think that'll be a good game. I can see obviously Semenyo probably. I can see Semenyo probably firing again. I'd like to see Mateta do a bit more this season because he's in my FPL and otherwise I'll have to get rid of him if he doesn't start performing soon. So that's a game that I'm hoping that he'll start firing in. Obviously, Liverpool is a big game because, you know, we've come off the back of 2 losses, and exactly, you know, Roman there has just said it. He can see a draw, and to be honest, as much as I want to back Liverpool, I am a little bit worried. I know it is Man United, and we should easily win against Man United, but you can't take anything for granted. And, you know, Man United did win their last game, and we didn't win our last game, so. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, going off what you're saying about Liverpool, I think a lot of people have looked at Liverpool and gone, yeah, they had a great start to the season. They had a lot of backing. They had a lot of, you know, they were having backing from teams that, you know, that would least expect that backing from. But I feel as though almost it's shifting a bit now. Liverpool, you know, they've had a good few game runs. Yeah, okay, they've had some late goals and whatnot. And now it's flipped around now, and Liverpool aren't doing that well.
Exactly.
Yeah, Man United are starting to get their feet a bit. So I think that'll be a very, very interesting game. Absolutely.
We'll never hear the end of it, will we? If
we won't hear the end of it if Man United beat Liverpool. Mark, you're going to say something?
I was saying, can we say United are starting to get hold of it after they've beaten the mighty Sunderland? I'm not sure about that.
Not really.
But in regards to their general gameplay, I feel as though, you know, that game against Sunderland, yes, okay, we're not talking at the mighty Sunderland, but the gameplay, it was kind of my argument with the Forest and Newcastle game, really, is because I don't feel as though Forest really did anything wrong. And it's the same with Sunderland, Man United. I can't really see what Sunderland did wrong. Man United just seemed to just have it together that game compared to, you know, how they have been so far. Yeah. So we've got a few comments coming in already. So obviously the Pep Empire has also put on, I'm going to call it United versus Liverpool 1-1 draw. Very interesting. I don't think it will be 1-1, not in the slightest. I've not put my predictions in as of yet, but I don't think it's going to be 1-1, that's for sure. We've got Rotherham Gaming isn't bushy. We've done... it's clearly bushy on there. I'm not sure what he's actually writing there, but yeah, it's clearly bushy. Maybe he's had a couple of beers tonight, like the best of us. Obviously, Mers has put a little comment in there, which I'm liking. Boring game it be. Okay.
Do you know what I think about I said this a couple of weeks ago. Was it the Arsenal? Whoever Arsenal played that Sunday game, and it was Liverpool, was it? Oh, somewhere I can't remember for the life of me. And it was on Super Sunday, and it was such a bloody build-up for the game. And then you got to the game, and it was like, I feel like this is going to be the same for Man United, Liverpool. It's going to be such a big build-up, and it'll be like a 1-0, and you're just thinking, Sky are going to be creaming the pants all week, showing highlights of it. Do you know what I mean?
It's really
it's because it's a big rivalry, isn't it? At the end of the day, that's why it's the big build-up.
Clearly, Bushy has been on. He's put 1-0 United, also beat Chelsea, and give Arsenal a run for the money.
Oh yeah, here we go.
He's clearly on. I mean, to be fair, there's some cracking games on next weekend. Both, well, I think majority of us. No, there's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, isn't there?
Who have you got, Phil? Who have Forest got?
They've got Chelsea at home.
Oh, that'll be a big game.
I mean, again, interesting game.
Must win.
Forest have not had a good form at the minute. We're playing at home against Chelsea. It's going to be an interesting game, and I think it's going to be hard to decide a lot of the scores this weekend.
Yeah.
Remember, most of Chelsea's centre backs are injured, so you should try and capitalise on that.
True. I don't want to give too much away, but after the conversation that we had on Thursday, I was looking at possibly doing a free hit. I've decided against doing that free hit now, and I've done one transfer. My only problem is, and I'm probably going to get slated for this massively, is I only had one Forest player in my FPL at that time, and the person that I've substituted out is that one Forest player.
Was it Gibbs White?
What? No. My Forest player was Anderson, actually, Elliot Anderson.
Oh.
And I've actually I've transferred him out now. What hurts me even more is the fact that I have currently in my fantasy 3 Chelsea players.
Oh God!
It's almost like I'm turning my back on Forest, but I'm really not.
No. It's not how that's when it comes to FPL. I don't view it like that. What you're doing is you're just trying to help yourself win that manager of the month.
Or is it reverse psychology when Chelsea lose?
How did you guess that? I've got a lot to prove, mate. I've got a lot to prove in this FPL, so maybe that's what it is. So we've got a couple more comments in tonight. Poppy's online. Did I miss the memo of bringing a beer to the podcast tonight? Absolutely not. I've got one.
Cheers.
Tom's got one. And John's got one as well. The other three are completely teetotal for tonight, which is brilliant. And then what we've got from Pep Empire again, only one, you absolute mark, Goldbridge. So, fun night ahead of us. So, yeah, although there was no games in the Premiership, I think in general, this coming weekend is going to be a very, very interesting one. I'm looking forward to Thursday night's KB Terrace talk. So for anybody that's watching tonight that doesn't normally watch on a Thursday, there is a Thursday night show. It is mainly always all about the Premier League, and there's lots of banter, lots of shouting, lots of arguing, lots of falling out, and it's just a good old night on a Thursday night. So please watch that show. Okay, so let's move on. And again, although we have had no championship games this week due to obviously the international call-ups, we can discuss some of how the championship's going. And now that we have a wonderful and our resident championship pundit on, and he happens to be probably at the present time, and correct me if I'm wrong, the best championship team so far this season.
I mean,
Mark. Over to you, Mark. Tell us a little bit about the championship. Tell us a bit about commentary, how they're getting on, and how you feel it's all going.
I think a lot of the fans were a little bit wound up with the transfer window because, well, we only brought in sort of 4 players and nothing major. But I think everyone was a little bit concerned about squad depth, which is fair enough. And then you have the opening day against Hull, which was just two teams clearly still hungover from their holidays in the summer. And I think a couple of our mates said, well, we waited however many months for that. And it was, okay. You can't really tell much from those opening weekends, I don't think. But then to go the following week and have a 5-3 against Derby. So, okay, championship's back to its usual mental self. But for us, it's just been insane because you go from away to Derby 5-3. We haven't been at Derby in ages. Next game, we're at QPR, and everyone's thinking, oh yeah, easy win. Morning of the game. Oh, by the way, we've bought the ground. What? Nobody knew it was happening until sort of 6 hours before kickoff. And then we celebrated by going and winning 7-1, which was nice. And then followed up with a really drab draw with Oxford. Typical championship.
But just going off that, so your transfer window wasn't necessarily, moving mountains or anything like that. Yet you're in the championship. You're top of the championship table. You've not lost a game yet. So out of the 9 games, you've won 5, drew 4. So and you're on a +20 on the goal difference. So I'm sorry, mate. All right, coming from a Premier League team who spent quite a bit during the transfer window, obviously not like others like Liverpool and Man United and stuff like that, but spent quite a bit of money. And we've seen, and excuse my French, we are a PG show, but we've seen fuck all for it. You're not doing too bad, mate. You're not, and I wouldn't grumble about it.
I don't put too much stock into transfers, certainly for us anyway, because every time we get linked with somebody, there's somebody in the group chat who's found a YouTube clips reel of this is the next Messi, the next Ronaldo, next whoever it is. anybody can look good on YouTube. You find those little good moments. Oh, he did a nice little pirouette and pass and give. Doesn't mean anything until you've actually play. So, I mean, I was fine with it because we haven't got loads of money. I think everyone gets a little bit, we can now start spending money. We've got a decent owner in. Well, no, he's not massively wealthy. He's rich enough to buy a football club, but it doesn't mean he's going to splash 100 million every transfer window. And I really think that's going to work. I mean, you saw how much Birmingham has spent this year, and they are currently sat in 16th.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, we beat them 3-0 the other week. Did I mention that? I don't think I did. So it's not everything. I mean, I think people, it might just be a Coventry mentality of, because we've had so many false dawns and terrible things happen, people look at the squad and go, it's good, but if we get so-and-so injured, who's there to cover? We saw we had Woodoney missing since the Birmingham game. Team news came out and he wasn't there, and everyone panicked. And then we went and won. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, and I think it's been a really good start. Long may it continue, but you just never know with the Championship. It is absolutely nuts.
I think you don't never know in football, really. I mean, looking at it, you've got Blackburn Rovers next. You're at home, aren't you, as well?
We're at home for Blackburn, yeah.
So you've got Blackburn, who are sat, just above the relegation zone, above the bottom three. You're sat top, and you've not lost a game yet. Surely the players, the manager, and everybody else will be going into that game very hyped up and very confident that this is an easy 3 points.
In theory, yes, but then you have to, when we've got a couple of players away on international duty, and they're, Haji Wright's with America. He only played, I think it was 9 minutes off the bench the other day, which is fine by me. Brandon Thomas Asante with Ghana. I think they've got a game. I think they kicked off about 25 minutes ago. He didn't play the first one, so he comes back fit, fine. And then Latabodier went to Jamaica, and again, he's not played. He's not played for us. He's been injured for most of the time. It should just be a case of making sure everyone just survives that, coming back, and straight into Blackburn. It should on paper be a win, but you just never know. We're at home. I think we'll win. I do think we'll win. I think it will be easy as it can be, but I wouldn't expect another 5-0 like we had against Wednesday, or even a 4-0 against Millwall, because it's just Blackburn are going to be scrapping. And I don't think Blackburn will be down there for too long. I don't think they'll be sort of pushing for promotion, but they won't be fighting relegation come April, May.
What I want to ask Mark, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, crack on, Tom.
Hey up, Mark.
Hello, pal.
Me and Mark used to work together. Mark, could you give me your top 6 for the Championship this season?
Right, okay. Ipswich, champions.
Interesting.
I have to say us as runners-up, because I've seen us play the most. And then, see, I think Southampton will be in there. Even with, depending on what points deduction, if they get a points deduction, Leicester will be in there. Middlesbrough. And then, and then I've got to say Stoke.
Wow.
Stoke?
I'm a little bit biased.
Crazy.
I'm a little bit biased with Stoke. But
Why are you biased with Stoke, Mark?
They've got the best manager that I've seen in my lifetime at Coventry, leading them.
And
the best goalkeeper.
And goalkeeper, yeah.
I do like Johansson.
Yeah. I don't think he's got much longer at Stoke, to be fair. I think there's going to be a lot of teams interested in him.
That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. But no,
I have a question for our newest pundit, if that's all right, Phil.
Not a problem, John. Ask away.
So let's hypothetically say, how long's Frank Lampard been in charge now?
it will be a year next month.
Okay,
Wow.
so let's say the wheels fall off as we were talking about pre-lobby. Would you say, and and just hypothetically, you finish out the playoffs, you finish 10th, thereabouts. Would you say he's had enough time? You'd look at other managers, or would you say give him another season to kind of really push on again?
No, I'd give him another season.
Okay.
I know when the owner came in, he said he wants playoffs 3 seasons out of 5.
Okay.
At least give him the chance. So that with Robbins leaving, there was lots of other things going on behind the scenes that we then didn't know about until about a week later when he did a fans forum on BBC CWR. I don't think the answer is sacking a manager. I mean, it's obviously not for me to say, but it would depend on how the wheels fell off. Were they to fly off? If it's a spate of injuries and there aren't enough bodies in, can you blame that all on the manager? Depends if he, has he said, I want a small squad? Is he refusing players even though those people are out injured? Who knows? I don't think sacking him is the right thing. What I do think with Lampard is that the job at Coventry is his last chance as a manager.
Yeah.
Because he had the year at Derby, okay, he did well, but he had half of Chelsea's academy play.
Yeah.
They've all gone on to have very good careers so far. Went into Chelsea, good first season, transfer embargo, got top 4. Yeah, fine, happy days. Doesn't start well, gets sacked. Well, that's just Chelsea being Chelsea. Everton bought in to keep him up. He didn't progress, gets sacked. The second stint at Chelsea doesn't count. He was just substitute teacher for 9 or 10 games, whatever it was. This is his last chance. He's got to do something with us.
Yeah.
And I think I've read this morning, apparently Rangers wanted him and he said, no, I'm not even going to entertain him.
Interesting.
As well. I've got to do something, otherwise that's curtains.
Yeah, no, I completely agree there. I mean, there's no doubt in that what he's doing at Coventry at the minute is the right thing, and everything's working well for Coventry. But I think the be all and end all is going to come within the next 2 months before Christmas.
Yeah,
looking at where the teams are in the Championship, because it's an odd. We've talked about it on the Premier League. It's going to be an odd season. Talked about it on Miller's Monday about League One, about the league itself, and how the league is being formed at the minute and where the teams are. I think for me, the most entertaining league is League Two, but Championship aren't that far behind. I mean, a lot of people a couple of comments in tonight already about Coventry smashing the dirty Sheffield Wednesday, and look where Sheffield Wednesday are at the minute and that kind of thing. So I feel as though I think if Coventry continue picking up even the draws, even picking up those points, I think you've got every chance of playoffs. Yeah. If not that top 3 and well, at least top 2 and really go for it.
From what I've seen, we can easily get top 2, and the whole draw was just first game of the season, everyone's still a bit ugh. The Oxford draw, very sloppy goals. I mean, that was the issue, up to the first international break. Every goal was set piece, and we seem to have got out of that. The Norwich game, I have no idea how we didn't win. I mean, I do know because Norwich started time wasting from about 12 minutes in on the counter. Good stuff. I
love it. I love it when football fans blame everything else.
Well, and again, this is the one thing that does worry me with what I've seen so far of Coventry. It's been great, but very wasteful in front of goal, which might sound odd when you've just won 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. Lots of big chances to miss, which is a little bit worrying because eventually that will come and bite us on the arse. Less. I mean, they never really looked too dangerous, did Leicester? Fatawu, I don't know how he's still in the Championship because he's far too good for this division. And I think we've got Blackburn when we come back. I think Portsmouth in the midweek, and then which are all on paper 3 very winnable games. Watford have sacked their manager again.
Yeah.
By the time this podcast ends, they'll have sacked him as well. So
more managers going through them than the Forest.
I think by the time we get to 2020, 2029, maybe 2030, everybody will know one person who's managed Watford or Chelsea.
Wow.
So I've got one final question for you, Mark. You've obviously given us your top 6. Who do you think, looking at the league at the minute and looking at the teams that you've seen, who do you think are going to be the 3 that are going to go down from the Championship and into League One next season?
Wednesday.
Yay!
I mean, we've had a few run-ins with Sheffield Wednesday recently with some of their fans doing stupid offensive things from the crowd, but it's just I feel for them. Obviously, we've had the same or similar issues with our previous owners being Terrace. Oxford. I'm trying to think who else I'm worried about. Probably Charlton, because I just don't see what they've done to strength. I mean, somebody I'm sure will tell me where they've gone or what they've done in the summer. I think the only person I know they've picked up was I think he might have left here. He's still gone to Preston, but I just don't see what they bring to the table.
Fabulous. So if there's anybody in the comments, anybody watching the show tonight wants to fire our Virgin Mark any questions either around the Championship or around Coventry City, please make sure you pop them in the comments. A few comments that we've had in. Pep Empire must be on it tonight. Up the Wrexham, best Welsh side. And he's stuck some sunnies on. And KB Terrace talk, that must be Bushy. Yes, Cov smashed the dirty Sheffield Wednesday. Love it. So yeah, I think in general, all in all, Coventry are doing well at the minute. You're being optimistic, but at the same time, just reserved because you don't know where it's going to go. And Championship football is a mystical thing.
The last time I remember us doing something like this was we were in League One, flying high on the Tony Mowbray. Top about November time. Adam Armstrong, Jacob Murphy, Joe Cole, of all people, flying high. We signed a load of random free agents, finished 8th, and the following season got relegated. So you'll forgive.
Sounds like Rotherham.
Well,
so obviously, like we said, there was no Championship matches this week due to international call-ups. So we've got a few interesting games coming up. So interesting to see how Coventry do. Interesting to see how a lot of the Championship sides do, especially the ones that you've kind of categorised in your top 6 there. So thanks for that, Mark. Really, really interesting input on the Championship. So like I've said before, if there's anybody in the comments that want to pose either Mark, any one of our pundits a question, and also if you fancy your go at appearing on one of our podcast shows, particularly this one, because let's face it, this is the best podcast show on KB Terrace Talk. If you fancy jumping on and you support a team in any of the leagues, Premiership, Championship, League One or League Two, and you fancy coming on and having a chat with us about your team, then drop us, any one of us, a quick message. Drop us a message on the show tonight if you wish to do so, and you are more than welcome to join us. No obligation, but you are more than welcome, and we will welcome you with open arms like we have with you, Mark?
yes.
Fabulous, fabulous. Right, let's move on then. So again, keep those comments coming in. They will be much appreciated. We are going to move on to League One, and I can see 2 very, very, very smiley faces based on that, even though John just rubbed his eyes. I can see 2 very, very smiley faces because of the League One scores. So I'm going to quickly go through the League One games, go through the scores, and then we will have a bit of an open discussion, and we'll particularly focus on the League One pundits here tonight. So yesterday, there were a few games that were played. There were a few postponed, but a few games that were played. So the results went as follows. It was Northampton 1, Rotherham 2. What happened? Amazing. We also had Wigan 0, Wickham 1. So a nice little win there for the Wanderers. Another win for Stockport there. So Stockport 1, Blackpool 0. Obviously, Blackpool going through a few little hiccups at the minute. And again, we spoke about them last week. And I'm sure there's more highlights of that this week. It was Wimbledon 1, Port Vale 1. Bit of a boring game, but, it is what it is. The Bradford-Lincoln game was postponed due to international call-ups. There was Exeter 1 and Reading 1. Again, just a simple draw between two pretty equally matched teams there. Peterborough and the Stevenage game was also postponed. And the next game where these guys will play again is still to be announced. We got Barnsley and Cardiff were also postponed. For once, Leyton Orient did half decent for a change. It was Leyton Orient 4, Doncaster 0. So I would go, amazing, well done, Leyton Orient, doff my cap. However, it was against the Caravanners, that is Doncaster. The Mansfield-Plymouth game was postponed, and so was the Luton-Huddersfield game. And the only other game, I believe, this weekend was Burton versus Bolton, which was a big surprise because Burton smashed Bolton 3-0. With massive surprise there. Burton not doing very well, and Bolton doing reasonable. So just like you were saying, Mark, about the Championship and how football goes, League One seems to be going the same way. Rotherham winning and Burton smashing Bolton. What's that all about? So I'm going to pop it over to our resident Rotherham fans. That's both Tom and John. Give us a bit of insight into Rotherham's win, and also have a chat about what else happened in the wonderful League One this weekend.
Go on, John.
Not much, eh? As you say, not much. Bloody hell. Postponed. What was the point, really? But yeah, big win for us, boys. I think we deserve. We'll talk more tomorrow on Monday Night Millers, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's publicise Monday Night Millers. For anyone that doesn't know, please log on a Monday night. It is the Rotherham United show, which is known as Monday Night Millers. I don't appear on there, so it's not going to be as popular as this one. But you've got John and Tom both on there as well. So.
And Lee Bush is going to sing tomorrow.
And Lee Bush, who's got a bigger ego than all of us put together.
Lee Bush is singing tomorrow. Anyway, back to Rotherham.
Hold on. I missed that. No. Just back a second. Bushy is singing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got to publicise the hell. I didn't realise he was singing tomorrow. We've got to publicise the hell out of this.
Bushy they reckon he's better than Kate Bush.
Really? Well, as long as he's better than Sturmy, I think we're all right.
Luke.
Thursday night show a couple of weeks ago, our Tottenham, resident Tottenham pundit, tone deaf would be something nice to comment, to be fair. But yeah, go on, John. Sorry.
It's okay, mate. It's fine. Yeah, 2-1. We won away from home. First time in since the dinosaurs roamed the earth, I think. I think we deserved it. Yeah, I'm really pleased. Obviously, we've got Leyton Orient this weekend as well, so I think that's going to be a really tough game, actually. I feel like I don't want to be negative. I want to be a positive, Miller, because we have won, but I just feel like the recent results are just like papering over the cracks. You know what I mean? It's like a plaster over that wound, and we've still got a lot of issues. There's a long-term injury to the Cardiff lad that we've got on loan. And I just think we need, I don't know, I just hope we don't get to like January the 29th when he goes, we need another striker, because it's just not going to work out. But yeah, we won. I'm happy. The other results, don't care. There's a temporary stand now. I don't know if you've seen it. Tom, you might have seen it at the railway end at Stockport, the little gazebo. So if anyone's looking for a venue to get married, I probably would advise that. But anyway, up the Millers.
Jesus, John. You're not like it sounds like you like Stockport just as much as I like Leyton Orient and Derby County.
No. I've got nothing against them, right? They were my first away game that I went to, and they've got this really open away end stand. All the home end is like covered with roofs, and they've just put this big gazebo over it as if to say, "Here you go, you've got a roof."
Isn't it a temporary roof though? Because they're doing
Yeah,
work.
because they haven't got the money to build an actual stand. Yeah, it is. So how long's temporary? 30
Forever.
days till the
Well,
wind blows.
Down to their discretion on what temporary means.
Yeah, like your pothole fixing. Anyway, Tom.
Just before Tom interjects there and gives us some actual intelligent insight into League One. How's your ground, John?
Tom.
Sorry, John, you're breaking up. I can't quite hear you, mate.
Sorry. I'll do a call. I'll do a call.
Right, okay. Oh, is the internet gone? Oh, I thought it
It's empty like the empty had.
the empty hat.
It's not empty. It's falling down.
Over to you, Tom. Come on, let's have some more insight into how.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, for those that don't know, famously, for the last God knows how long, we do not win away from home. We are third bottom of the league. We are still third bottom of the league. However, green shoots, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, we're scoring 88th, 89th minute free kick. Happy days. Benson hedges his bets and curls one into the bottom corner. So, yeah, we'll take the win. 2-1 away at Northampton. However, I sound like a broken record, but that League One, is potentially the worst I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
It is awful. And I say awful. When I say awful, it's a compliment to the smaller teams, in the sense that Bolton got beat 3-0 off Burton, right? The B&B derby, right? Whatever that is, right? We're sat in 21st. Burton are beating Bolton 3-0. Bolton, Stevenage Borough are top of the league. Stevenage Borough are top of the league. It is mental.
I'm sensing you're not happy about that.
No, I'm over the moon for them. I think it's great. I think we should have their manager, personally.
Oh, here we go.
But do you know what? Alex Ravel is a legend at Rotherham United.
Oh, not this again.
It sounds like, hold on, I'm sure it was about the 42nd minute you mentioned that last week.
well, I'm telling you. I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the hell's going on? It's like Stevenage Borough. Jesus. Stevenage. Whatever. You imagine them in the championship. What?
We've got a comment come in. Rotherham let me down this weekend. They're normally nailed onto loose, and then they
comment.
Thank you, Poppy. Thank you.
Poppy. Again, guys, keep the comments coming in tonight. It'll be fantastic.
What I will say, though, Phil, is my best friend texts me on. He's like, "Oh, you're an early kickoff because of the stupid rugby down road," and he's like, "I'm going to put a coupon on for the very limited games." And he went, "What do you think about Rotherham Northampton?" And I went, "Don't bother betting on Rotherham. Just don't do it because you cannot predict." I don't think I predicted we'd win. By the way, on the Monday on the show beforehand. And I'm there just going, oh, I'm glad, I'm reasonably surprised that we have won. But like, whatever you do, guys, don't gamble on Rotherham.
Nah, gamble on us.
What don't put your mortgage on it or anything like
that. Just don't do it. Just avoid. If you see Rotherham away, just be like, okay, I'll give that a miss.
What about the rest of the league? What about the rest of the League One?
I think. Honestly, I'm chuffed for Stevenage Borough. I think they're doing really well. Big news today. I believe Luton have appointed Jack Wilshere as manager. Blackpool are having an absolute shocker. I don't know what Jack Wilshere will do for Luton, but Luton, you know what? 2 years ago in the Premier League, and now they're down in League One. I don't know what happened with them. That's awful. Jack Wilshere, at Luton, Don't know what his credentials are. Great player if he could stay fit. The rest of the league, it's just awful, isn't it? It's awful. I mean, I can't believe we've had to spend 2 seasons in this league. we usually do one and then
we yo back up. Yeah.
Go down
2 seasons and then you'll be down next year.
What I will say quickly, though, I know because time's ticking, I've heard rumours that Liam Richardson, an ex-manager of Rotherham, is interested in Blackpool. So what I would say is, Liam, take that job, please, pretty please, and help Rotherham stay up.
What about our other pundits? Anybody else got anything they'd like to add?
I want to ask a question. Would you? Or I know, obviously, you want Rotherham to win, and you're the more wins, the better. Obviously, would you have rather taken a loss and put your manager at one step closer to being sacked? That is the question. Because you don't like him.
No,
absolutely not. Nope. So
you'd rather have the points and keep him in the job then?
I think Saturday,
Correct.
if I'm honest, Saturday at home will be a real tell. We've won 3 games, by the way, in the whole the season, and one was in a Poppadom Cup. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? I think Saturday at home against Leyton Orient will show where the fans are with supporting the management and Tony Stewart, because I don't think there'll be more than 6,000.
So if you come out of that game against Leyton Orient as a significant loss, where do you think that leaves the management side? Do you think it's that close to him going, or do you think there's still?
I said this before.
It's still like Jim Ratcliffe going, "I'm going to give Amorim 3 years."
I said this before the Bradford game. I cannot believe he made the Bradford game. If I'm perfectly honest, we scraped a draw there. We've won away from home, and people are thinking we've won the World Cup. Let's keep our heads level here. I'm happy we've won. However, we are still third bottom.
I will say as well. I just want to answer the question. I never ever want my team to lose if it was to mean a manager lost his job. Ever, right? It's just not part of who I am. Do I think Matt Hamshaw is a good manager? Absolutely not.
Really? I'd never know that, Tom.
Oh, well, do I think that it'll lead us on to great things? Absolutely not. However, I will say I'll never want my team to lose ever. Even I know a lot of Glasgow Rangers fans, for example, obviously living up here in Scotland, who are desperate for Russell Martin to lose, so he lost his job. And he said, and then he obviously did, but he's not a loser in life, is he? Because Lucy Pinders is his bird. Yeah. Lucy Pinder is his bird.
And secondly, the whole we want Stevie G. And then,
he wasn't interested, was he?
And then he goes down to London, has the meeting with them, and walks out and goes, "I'm not interested."
Well, of course, because he
makes it even funnier.
Stevie G is not a manager. Sorry, going off topic here. He managed Rangers when Celtic were at their absolute worst, and since he left Rangers, he's done bugger all. So Frankie Lampard is currently winning the centre midfield debate when it comes to managers. So
let's just go around the group real quick, Phil, before we move on.
Yeah.
Around the other pundits, I know you guys might not know much about Rotherham or Leyton Orient. Let's have a little prediction amongst ourselves. Do you think we guys win, lose, or draw at the weekend?
Lose.
Get battered 4-0.
Wow.
You beat 14th in the table, so Leyton Orient being 13th, surely you should be able to beat them.
I think you'll smash Leyton Orient 2-0, and you've got Hamshaw for the remainder of the season.
Yeah.
Cheers, Phil.
I'm just shouting.
Listen, yin and yang, mate. Positive, you beat Leyton Orient, and then I've got bragging rights over Leyton Orient.
Yeah, true.
And then knock on, there's your gang. You've got Matt Hampshire for the rest of the season.
We'll bring you on Monday Night Millers just to gloat.
Yeah. Oh, mate, especially if there's a Leighton Orient fan on there. I'd love that.
I've just shouted you'll lose, but actually I forgot to ask an important question. Will Liam Kelly play midfield? Because that will change my answer.
Say that again, Mark.
Will Liam Kelly play midfield?
No.
Liam Kelly. Oh, Mark, don't go into Liam Kelly. Jesus Christ.
You've hit a sore note there, mate.
He'll be on the
Very
subs
sore,
bench.
mate.
He won't start, Mark, if that's what you're asking.
We might have had and you've had our sloppy seconds.
Anyway, we've had Miller's Monday part 1 here, and then Miller's Monday properly part 2 will be aired tomorrow night. So we'll look forward to hearing more about Miller's and the fallout between the fans and Mr. Hampshire and everything else in between. So quickly, let's cover League 2. Let's have a look at what happened over in League 2. So all of the games happened in League 2. There was no international call-ups because let's face it, who wants a League?
Who cares?
Who wants a League 2 team playing for their international squad? So we've got the past week we've had Grimsby 1, Colchester 2, Crewe 0, Bromley 1, Bristol Rovers 0, a nice win here for Milton Keynes, which was 4 against Bristol Rovers. We've got Accrington Stanley 0, Newport 1. Fleetwood 3, Harrogate 2. Fantastic little game. Lots of goals in that one. Crawley 1, Walsall 1. We've got Gillingham 1, Cheltenham 1. Shrewsbury 2, Cambridge 0. The game between Swindon and Notts County did get postponed. We've got Tranmere 0, Barnet 2. Chesterfield back on winning form after their atrocious loss last week. Chesterfield 2, Salford 0, and a bore draw between Oldham and Barrow. Anything catch anybody's eye in?
Where are MK in the league? Just for reference.
4th.
Milton Keynes, sorry.
Yeah, I
4th.
think they're 4th at the minute.
Trust me, right? Trust me, right? Right. I know
what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
Love or hate him. I guarantee you, Warney gets MK up. No issue. It's coming. It's coming.
He's been given like £5 million to spend.
I
True.
mean, they've got 3 wins on the. They've got 3 wins on the bounce now. They're sat in 4th.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they're doing all right, really. You can't argue with it. They're 1 point behind Gillingham, 3 points behind Swindon, and a mighty 5 points behind Walsall. So you can't really argue with what's happening at Keynes, to be fair.
I think Tom's right, and it will. If we stay up, that'll be a good little match. That I reckon, Paul 1 versus whoever we have in charge next season, because it won't be Matt Hampshire.
John, we're going to get promoted this season, mate.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm telling you right now.
Is that all?
I tell you what, boys. I tell you what. I will guarantee that one way or another, you will be playing Derby County next season.
Because they'll either get promoted or we'll get relegated.
No, they'll either go down,
or you'll go up,
or you may get promoted. I think it's more likely the other way. But we'll...
No, Phil. Look, we're back. Trust me, we're back.
We're back after one away win.
Has Bushy been talking to you a little bit too much when he always says, they beat Sunderland and we're back.
This is progress, Phil. What do you mean?
Bushy's thoughts on Dyke getting Forest job. We'll talk about that.
Well, he hasn't got it anyway.
No,
not guaranteed anyway. But yeah,
we'll talk about that on Thursday. Anything else? Milton Keynes obviously flying high, doing pretty good. Any other thoughts on League 2?
I will say this about League 2, and I think it's probably universally known. I do believe, and I want to state this right now, that 3 should drop from League 2 into the National League as opposed to the 2. So, yeah.
Why do you say that, Tom?
Because everything. Well, obviously there's 4 from League 1, 3 from the Championship, 3 from the Prem. Why should only 2 teams drop from League 2.
Mm.
Is it 2 teams? It is 2 teams, yeah. And the National League, which I think is really underrated, to be honest with you. It should be a 3 teams. So, for example, myself and Mark over there, we live near Carlisle. Carlisle currently playing in the National League, doing pretty well as far as I'm aware. But if you don't win the league, you know, it's a 50-50 if you're going to get promoted, which I think is awful. So yeah, I'm all for 3 teams should drop from League 2.
I don't think there's a massive difference in skill between League 2 and the conference.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think there's a massive difference either between the bottom, what you would say that, or maybe the smaller, quote unquote, teams in League 1 to League 2.
Like Rotherham.
I said
like Rotherham.
I have no slander against Rotherham. But it's almost that you could, at the start of every League 2 season, you could just put all the teams in a hat and pull out 4 names and go, okay, it's going to be these 4 going up. And you go, yeah, okay. You wouldn't bat an eyelid because it's just, I think, isn't it since they rebranded to Championship League 1, League 2, no team promoted out of the conference has ever got relegated directly after the following season.
No.
It really is. Also, Walsall are top again because it could mean another bottle job.
Yeah, they massively bottled it.
Yeah, it was funny though.
It was funny.
Mers, GH, you're very quiet.
Your
Open it all
statement
in.
about League 2 not being good enough to have players called up to international duty. I'd just like to say 4 players from League 2 have been called up to international duty.
You are right. I will.
Northern
Eat
Ireland
my words
as
on
well.
that one. Eat my words on that one.
Northern Ireland, wow.
Yeah.
That
They
really
beat
amazing
Slovakia.
national team, Northern Ireland.
Hey,
Hey,
be respectful, GH.
GH, they're part of the United Kingdom. Wind your neck back in.
I bet they give Liverpool women a run for the money.
Wow, we've had another one in from Pep Empire. I've heard transfer news that the KB Terrace has bid for I think it's supposed to say Big Sam, to replace Glory Hole. Wages are 1 bathtub of gravy a week with potential bonuses of Aunt Bessie Yorkshire puddings.
More like mayo with GH because he loves his mayo.
Yeah.
So
Do you like your mayo?
He loves
Is
mayo
that,
with steak.
is that a euphemism for something, John?
no, he loves mayo on steak. Absolutely loves it.
Everyone takes the piss out of me for liking mayo and steak.
You're just trying to cause controversy again.
No, I'm really not.
No,
He's
that is
telling
true.
the truth. He's
That is
telling the
true.
truth.
That is true.
Mayo on steak
It's very nice. Try it.
with the peppercorn.
Glory Hole, where do you get
Peppercorn.
your steak from, pal?
Where do I
I'm
get it
not
from?
commenting.
The shop. My location.
What shop?
Tesco's.
Tesco's or
Told you.
Tesco's or
Glory
Sainsbury's.
Hole, where do you live? Where do you live?
Right, let's go on to the predictions, Phil.
Yeah,
Come on.
So moving on, we're gonna just very, very quickly go on to this week's feature. So this week's feature, and we're gonna do a different feature every week. This week's feature, I have posed it to our 5 pundits. What we are going to do is we're going to do a little bit like what we do on the Thursday night program, where we do some predictions. But this is going to be slightly different. This is for 1 game week only. And what's happened is I have picked 1 game from each league. So 1 from Premier League, 1 from Championship, 1 from League 1, 1 from League 2. And I've asked the team to put together what their scores are going to be for those individual games. So there's 4 individual games to choose from. I've asked them to put their scores together. Now, come next week, if they have got the correct score, the exact correct score, they will get a total of 5 points. If they get the right win, then they will get 2 points. And the winner of next week will get a mystery prize. And I am sorting the mystery prize out this week. And what came to mind was I was in a shop, I think it was yesterday, I was in a shop, and I saw something and I thought, oh, that would be perfect as a little prize. So I'm going to sort that one out, and then I'll get that posted out to whoever is the winner. However, I'm going to flip this up a little bit because we like our audience interaction. So I'm going to put this to our viewers. Currently, from what I can see directly in front of me, there's probably more watching, but we have 32 people viewing the live. Again, I don't know if that's just YouTube or it's also over all the socials. I think it's just over YouTube.
No.
So I'm going to post it out to everybody. There's 4 games. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to comment today, right now, your score predictions for those. And I will make a note of those score predictions. So bear with me as you're talking through. I will make a note of those score predictions. If you win over our pundits, I will send that mystery prize to you instead of our pundits. So I'm going to put it out to absolutely anybody that's watching. But you need to be watching live tonight. You can't be doing this on a post recording. You can't do it on a short or anything like that. It's got to be as of who is viewing right now. So the 4 games that I have chosen, so again, make sure you've got your pens and paper ready and everybody's listening. The 4 games that I have chosen are, in the Premier League, I have chosen the Brighton versus Newcastle game. Brighton versus Newcastle game. In the Championship, I've gone for the Birmingham versus Hull game. I think that'll be quite an interesting one. For the League One game, I've gone for high-flying Lincoln against even higher-flying Stevenage. See how that game goes. And in League Two, I've gone for Bristol Rovers versus Tranmere Rovers. So of those 4 games, if you're watching live now, obviously I'm going to go through the teams and the pundits' scores. If you're watching, just make a note of those games. If you want to send me a message on here on the live chat, send me a message on the live chat. And I would like to hear your predictions for those games. So it's Brighton versus Newcastle, Birmingham versus Hull, Lincoln versus Stevenage, and Bristol Rovers versus Tranmere Rovers.
Can I ask a question, Phil?
Yes, John.
So are we having like 1 entry per viewer? Like Lee's left hand can't have 3 multiple entries.
Okay. And I will pick it out. I'll know if you're like 14 different people.
14 accounts.
One guess, obviously per viewer, as per se. So John's already sent me his, so I'll cover John's for you first, and then I'll go over mine, and then I'll get everybody else's, all the pundits. As I'm getting the pundits, it'll be really, really interesting to hear the viewers' predictions as well. And again, you could win that mystery prize. I'm not telling you what it is. It's a big surprise, but it's a nice mystery surprise. Pep Empire has also slammed his comments in, so I'll make a note of them as we're also going through. Thanks for them, Pep. And again, if you win, we'll get that prize to you. So John's predictions were Brighton 1, Newcastle 3. He thinks the Toonami are going to smash Brighton. I'm sure Brighton Dan will not be happy about that.
Sorry, Dan.
No. So sorry for that, Dan. We've got Birmingham 2, Hull 0. Again, thinks that Birmingham are going to absolutely have Hull's pants down. We've got a score draw. We've got a Lincoln 2, Stevenage 2 for that game. And we've got a Bristol Rovers 0, Tranmere Rovers 2. For myself, I've gone for Brighton and Hove Albion 2, Newcastle 1. I've gone for the win on that one. I've gone for a very interesting game in the Championship for a change. I've gone Birmingham 3, Hull 2. I've gone Lincoln 1, Stevenage 2. And I've also gone Bristol Rovers 0, Tranmere 1. So, over to you, Mers, please. Let's have
before I say my predictions, you need to be over 18 to win the prize, because what he didn't say is the shop that he went to was Ann Summers.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. You have to be over 18. I didn't go to Ann Summers. I wasn't shopping there, honest. You do have to be over 18 to win.
Family friendly, Tom.
Yeah.
Right, my prediction.
Mers.
I've gone with Brighton 0, Newcastle 2. So I think it's a nice, comfortable win for Newcastle.
Okay.
For the Championship, this could be a bit of an interesting one. Birmingham 1, Hull 2. So I'm thinking a Hull win away from home.
Interesting.
Yeah. Then for League One, I've gone with Lincoln City 1, Stevenage 2. So I think they'll get another win. Stay top of the table. Then for League 2, I've gone with Bristol Rovers 2, Tranmere 2. So I think that's going to be a draw.
Nice scores there, Mers. Nice and low. Low numbers as per se. Considering what I mean, I've been looking at obviously the leagues and whatnot, and I'm seeing lots of high scores. So that's quite an interesting one. 2-0 Newcastle win over Brighton.
Good.
Very
well done, Mers. You knew it was my birthday tomorrow. Well done, Mers. Well done.
Yeah.
We'll see about that one. Tom, what about yourself, mate? Let's hear yours.
Okay, so Brighton v Newcastle. I'm going Desmond 2-2.
Brighton 2, Newcastle.
I did like you, Tom.
No, it's 2-2. Birmingham v Hull. I'm going to go Hull 2, Birmingham 1.
Another 1-0 loss to Birmingham at home. Okay.
Lincoln v Stevenage will be 1-1.
So Stevenage, who are top, flying high, doing well.
Yep. They're away at Lincoln.
Okay.
Bristol Rovers versus Tranmere. I'm going to go Bristol Rovers 3, Tranmere 1.
3-1. Okay, interesting. Bristol 3, Tranmere 1. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, GH, what have we got? What have you got, mate?
Right. Okay. Sorry, John. Brighton 2, Newcastle 1.
Off the Christmas card list, you, GH.
The next one is I've got a 2-1 win for Birmingham.
2-1 to Birmingham.
Then I've got a 1-0 Lincoln win and a 3-1 Bristol win.
3-1. So everyone's winning at home then, yeah?
Yep, that's what my logic is. The home team should be the favourite in a lot of cases because the home support and everything. So I've just backed the home.
Okay. Interesting how you've done it. Interesting logic. So we should be seeing more of that during the Premier League scores then than the Premier League predictions. All the home teams. So I'm looking forward to seeing Forest 7, Chelsea 0 then on your predictions on Thursday. Fantastic.
Something like that, yeah.
And our wonderful Mark, what have you got as your predictions, mate?
I have gone Brighton 1, Newcastle 1.
Ooh, 1-1.
John, I'd love to say Newcastle beat Brighton 5-0, but I just don't see it happening.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
We've got Birmingham 2, Hull 1.
2-1.
2-1 Birmingham.
Yeah.
Lincoln 2, Stevenage 2.
2-2 draw.
And Bristol Rovers 2, Tranmere 0.
There is a Poppy comment, Phil, as well.
Mark, Bristol what?
Bristol Rovers 2, Tranmere 0.
No. Okay.
There is a Poppy comment, Phil, as well for scores.
Yeah, there is a Pep Empire and a Poppy comment. So let me just jump onto those two, make a couple of notes on those. Again, guys, you've got until the end of the show to get your predictions in to win that mystery prize. So Pep has gone for Brighton. I'll tell you what, let's put that comment up. Let's have a look at that. Brighton 1, Newcastle 2.
Come on.
Pep is liking you, John, for once. Birmingham 2, Hull 0. We've got a literate Lincoln 1 and Stevenage 1, and a Bristol 2 and a
He's got his
Can you tell me that I can't spell half the time?
And we've also got Poppy. She's stuck one in as well, which is again, she's back in Newcastle. So
thank you, Poppy. Thank you.
Brighton 1, Newcastle 3. We've got a draw between Birmingham and Hull of 1-1. We've got a Lincoln Stevenage, so Lincoln losing away at home 2-1 to Stevenage. And then Bristol, I think everyone's back in Bristol on this one. Bristol 2, Tranmere 0. So again, everybody, you have a chance until the end of the show to get your comments in and let us know what your predictions are on those 4 games. So nice little feature there. So I'm hoping to have you guys on again next week. And if not, we'll just rip you another way. So I just want to finish on what we're going to call the lighter side. So it's all pressure in football, isn't it? And football is always completely full on, whether it's a change in managers, player injuries, players not performing, fans losing their heads, chairman not paying their players, so on and so forth, or just Matt Hamshaw being typical Matt Hamshaw. So I thought what I would do is I'd end the show on what we call the lighter side. So this week I'm choosing the lighter side. Next week, I'm going to choose somebody else to come up with something on the lighter side of football. So I've been doing a bit of digging and I came across this wonderful, wonderful little headline that I found online. It was published on the 12th of October 2025, so it is completely relevant. And it states, I came 4th in the Ballon d'Or and was the most expensive foreign player in British football history. But now I sell vacuum cleaners. So a good little laugh about it. Basically the overview was, imagine Mohamed Salah, and this is just for you, Glory Hole. Imagine Mohamed Salah quitting football tonight. It is unfathomable, but never on this planet would you see that happening. What would it take to make him leave? A chance to play at the World Chess Championships, maybe? A new deal as the president of Egypt? A payoff worth more than roughly 35 million he is still set to earn at Liverpool before his contract expires in 2027. Even then, I'm still not that sure. Or how about him quitting to sell vacuum cleaner nozzles? Well, this is exactly what happened to a gentleman called Thomas Brolin. He did in 1998 this exact thing. Just as Mohamed Salah finished 4th in the Ballon d'Or vote this year, so too has Thomas Brolin in 1994, just 4 years before he decided to retire. All right, the Salah comparison is a bit far-fetched. Admittedly, things had taken a downturn for Brolin due to injury and weight struggles, and he was a flop at Leeds. But he still had some talent. Age 28, he had years of his career ahead of him to rebuild his name. So why did a man widely recognised as one of the greatest Swedish footballers ever pack it all in to sell noisy domestic products and play poker? It all came about thanks to a meeting with inventor Goran Edlund. The entrepreneur developed a new vacuum cleaner nozzle, one that was lighter, more efficient and easier to clean than its rivals. Offer no self-respecting Hooverer can refuse. He was looking for investment and Brolin was keen. He took a 50% stake in the Twinner, a brand which is still going today and shifting units in Sweden and the United Kingdom. He was a strange guy, an inventor. He proposed a new idea for a new type of vacuum cleaner. I was literally drawn in and started a company with him. It was that push that made me never want to go back, Brolin told LA Gazzetta del Sporto. At the time, everyone told me that at 28 I was too early to retire, but I replied, it depends on what I've done in those 28 years. I'd already achieved a lot. Life is too short to do boring things. I don't do things I don't enjoy. And so on and so on and so on. So my thing is, listen, we talk about football. We get pent up about football. We get angry about our managers. We get fuming about our fans. And we get rightly so annoyed by our players. But just remember that it doesn't matter how good you are and how amazing of a player you are. If the money is right, you are one step away from being a Hoover salesman.
What a quote.
Gentlemen, on that note, we're going to end tonight's chat. I just want to go through the last few comments that have come in. Absolutely fantastic for everybody watching. I've really, really enjoyed tonight. I'm sure everybody else has. So a few more comments that have come in. Rue has also scored for us, so I'll get those results and I'll write them down very, very shortly. KB Terrace Port was at Leeds, yes. He's then also used the C-bomb. He's dropped the C-bomb on us. I will not put that
Ridiculous.
out. Poppy thought it was hilarious. Story time with Forest Phil. Wondering what I was watching for a minute then. Yeah, I'm trying to not only just get a job with TalkSport, but Jack and Ori would be fantastic as well. That'd be great.
Question.
Yes,
question.
John, go on, throw a question at us while
Where's my deep south?
We've not got onto that yet. Just give me a second. Don't worry, I've not forgotten about you, John. Not forgotten about you.
I want the Australian Phil.
We'll come back to you in a second, John. Don't worry about that. So just so everybody knows, and we've got clarity, Rue has gone for Brighton 2, Newcastle 1. We've got a Birmingham 2, Hull 1. We've got a Lincoln 2 and a Stevenage 0. And we've got a Bristol 2 with a Tranmere 0 as well. That was the final one in there. So anything from anybody else?
Thomas Brolin on Champ Manager 0102 is a class striker from Sweden. It's free to download. Definitely get it. Sign Brolin.
Nice. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Tom. Great.
What?
Anything from anybody else? No? Okay, so nothing beats the fact that one of our pundits, it's his 64th birthday on Monday. And so I would like everybody, not just myself, because obviously you've all heard me sing already on Thursday night. I would like us all 5 of us, to sing. And please do sing at home as well. Happy birthday for tomorrow to John, who will be 37. Am I right, John?
35.
35. Okay, 35. So, a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you.
This is awful.
Happy
birthday
to you.
What?
Happy
birthday, Johnny boy.
John.
Happy birthday.
Oh, God. Well done, boys. I've seen better atmosphere at Man United.
You haven't. That's a lie.
I did threaten to do it like Marilyn Monroe, but I decided not to tonight.
Yeah, good decision.
Good choice.
I'm disappointed you're not in the dress. I am.
Final comment of the night from Poppy. Don't give up the day job, guys. That's enough to depress anyone. Bet you're glad you asked for that, John.
I am so happy. Thank you.
Lots of love tonight, John, for you. Happy birthday, John. Hope you enjoy the glory hole. I've got you. GH will come later. Lots of intertwined in between John and glory hole tonight, which is quite fun. Good night. Hope you all have a good time, especially GH celebrating his first night in Manchester Canal Street on his.
We need Roman on this show. I think we need Roman on this show.
My God,
we'll get the Pep Empire on this show. Not a problem. So for now, thank you very much. Thanks, guys, for watching the show, and thank you for our 5 pundits tonight. We've got Mers, we've got John, we've got Tom, we've got our newbie Mark, and we've got the glorious, the wonderful Glory Hole. But I've been Phil. Thanks for watching the Sunday service. And we will see you all next Sunday.
Cheers, Phil. All best.
Bye.